Okay, great. All right, I was always saying the history of Helena, Montana. Helena was founded as a gold camp during the Montana Gold Rush and established in 1864. Over $3.6 billion of gold was extracted in the city limits over 2 decades, making it one of the wealthiest cities in the United States by the late 19th century. Keep going. Brian, you want me to keep going? Keep going. All right, cool. The concentration of wealth contributed to the city's prominent, elaborate Victorian architecture. At the 2010 census, Helena's population was 28,190 people, making it the fifth least populous state capital in the United States and the sixth most populous city in Montana. What an interesting combination. It is the principal city of the Helena Micropolitan Statistical Area, which includes all of Lewis and Clark and Jefferson counties. Its population is 77,414, according to the 2015 census estimate. We're very excited to see what the 2020 census will have to say. The local daily newspaper is the Independent Record. Semi professional sports teams include the Helena Bighorns Tier 3 Junior A hockey team. The city is served by Helena Regional Airport. Pre-settlement. The Helena area was long inhabited by various indigenous peoples. Evidence from McHaffey and India Creek sites on opposite sides of the Elkhorn Mountains, southeast of the Helena Valley, show that the people of the Folsom culture lived in the area more than 10,000 years ago. Before the introduction of the horse, 300 years ago, and since, to clarify, the species of the horse has existed much longer than 300 years. That was just a. Okay. And since other native peoples, including the Salish and the Blackfeet, visited the area seasonally on their nomadic rounds. Early settlement and gold rush. By the early 1800s, people of the European descent from the United States and British Canada began arriving to work the streams of the Missouri River watershed, looking for fur-bearing animals such as the beaver, undoubtedly bringing them through area now known as the Helena Valley. Yet, like the native peoples, none of them stayed for long. Gold strikes in Idaho Territory in the early 1860s attracted many migrants who initiated major gold rushes at Grasshopper Creek and Alder Gulch in 1862 and 1863, respectively. So many people came that the federal government created a new territory called Montana in May of 1864. The miners prospected far and wide for new placer gold discoveries. Placer? Placer? Probably placer. Not sure. On July 14th, 1864, the discovery of gold by a prospecting party known as the Four Georgians in a gulch off the Prickly Pear Creek led to the founding of a mining camp along a small creek in the area they called Last Chance Gulch. By fall, the population had grown to over 200, and some thought the name Last Chance too crass. On October 30th of 1864, a group of at least 7 self-appointed men met to name the town, authorize the layout of the streets, and elect commissioners. The first suggestion was Toma, a word that the committee thought had connections to the local Indian people. How incredibly vague. What a statement. Other nominations included Pumpkinville and Squashtown, as the meeting was held the day before Halloween. Other suggestions were to name the community after various Minnesota towns, such as Winona and Rochester, as a number of settlers had come from Minnesota. Finally, a Scotsman, John Somerville, proposed Helena, which he pronounced Helena, in honor of Helena Township, Scott County, Minnesota. This immediately caused an uproar from the former Confederates in the room, who insisted that upon pronunciation, Helena, after Helena, Arkansas, a town of the Mississippi River. While the name Helena won, the pronunciation varied approximately 1882 when Helena pronunciation became dominant. Later tales of the naming of Helena claim the name came from the island of St. Helena, where Napoleon was exiled, or was that of a miner's sweetheart? Pardon me, I have